Hello, I'm Kyle Cannon, Operations Section Chief with Pacific Northwest Team 2 with your Wednesday, June 1st operational update for the Hermits Peak and Calf Canyon Fire North Zone. So we've made it through 4 solid days of red flag conditions, high winds out of the south, and really we saw no fire perimeter movement over those 4-day periods. So we're feeling pretty good about that. The work that the firefighters have done there on the north in the North Zone is holding, and we're making good progress. So as far as what we have going today, again, we'll be focusing on this northern side of the fire. We have a bit of an easterly wind component today throughout the day, which is of concern because it may cause fire spread to the west if we have problems. So we'll be focusing out here in this area. One of our areas of concern is around Angostura out to the west in towards the wilderness boundary. We still have hotshot crews in there holding that area and monitoring to make sure that it's secure. Likewise, we have crews working down towards Serpent Lake. Yesterday they utilized unmanned aviation systems, or UAS, which are drones, to really to monitor that area, evaluate it with infrared, and really saw a pretty low amount of heat along that edge. So we're feeling pretty good that that's going to hold pretty well. Another thing that we're focusing on the west side is there is still some fire in the south zone that has some potential to move north through the wilderness towards the Sangre de Cristos. And if we're able to get through that natural barrier of the high country there, then we would have some concerns about fire out to the east of Llano and Peñasco and El Valle in those areas. So we're looking at indirect options to put in some line that would come down and tie into Jicarilla Peak in that area to have an indirect line that would protect those communities out to the west. So that's some effort today scouting. Moving back around onto the north side of the fire, we're still focusing on Chacon and then down around the 518 corridor along those structures in there in Angostura. We still have engines and hand crews in there monitoring, holding and securing where we need to. One of our focuses out to the west of Chacon, up on the hillside there's still some smoke showing along Handline, and we have crews in there working that diligently today. We'll continue to focus, again, the 121 corridor down towards Mora, and then also over on the 434 corridor. We expect with the winds today coming out of the east more easterly that we may have some more exposure to unburned fuel interior to the fire perimeter out here in the middle of the fire above Mora. So you might see some additional smoke in that area. For the most part, those smokes are quite a ways interior, not near the control lines, and also have that barrier of the Sangre de Cristos out to the west. We'll also be looking at doing some suppression repair down around Mora and out here to the east in some of those communities as well, evaluating that. And then finally, with the change in our weather conditions today, we're going to get back up on step with respect to our indirect control lines that tie the Sardinias fire into the Luna fire from 2020, as well as up along this road system, our indirect control lines. We'll get our equipment back up and running today since the conditions are better. And then we'll also be looking at this, continuing with this work towards the 64 road. So all of those indirect lines will be in full production today. And then finally, we are expecting thunderstorms over the next couple of 3 days, so there will be a heightened emphasis on initial attack and support of the local fire response. Thanks and have a good day.